Good morning. Many times I talk to people, particularly young people, and they'll say to me, I don't know how things have gotten this messed up, but what can I do? And my point is, well, where are you? I immediately go back to this. Where is God in your life? Well, I used to go to church, and I used to, my mother went to church a lot, and I get all these different kind of answers. And then I repeat, where are you with God? And then I ask a question. Is God in the center of your life? Could you really say that? And 100% of the time, just about, no. Well, the tabernacle was put in the middle of the camp for a reason, because the ark represented the presence of God. Now, when they were getting ready to leave, remember Pharaoh, he didn't want them to go, and God had to send the 10 plagues. And it's interesting. First of all, he said, you can't go. And, well, he said, you can finally, after he experienced so much loss, he said, well, you can go, but not far. They said, no, we've got to go 3.5 days. And then he said, well, you can go, but you got to leave your children. He said, no, we're not leaving our children. He said, okay, after things got really bad, you can all go, but leave the cattle here. And this is what he said. Not one hoof will be left behind. You know what that says to me? Have I got a hoof that I've left in Egypt sometimes? Is there anything in me that really is holding out on obeying God? Can I say that God's asking me something, telling me something, showing me something, and I'm persistently pushing it back and saying, no, I don't have time for that. I don't care. I'll do that. And you know what we usually do? We don't tell him outright no. We just say, not now. But that's the same thing. We don't realize that just procrastination is delayed disobedience. And so, what do we really want to do? God, I'm not going to negotiate. Many times we're negotiators with God. Okay, God, I don't want to go to the mission field, but I'll do this here, or I'll do that, or I'm not going to witness to that guy because that guy could cost me my job, or I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to, all those things that we tell God we can't do, and we try to get lower the bar just a little bit. Well, what about if I just do this? God's got perfect knowledge. We don't negotiate with God. Just the very statement. Are you really qualified to do that? Are you qualified to be a negotiator for God for your best interest? No. And so what do we need to do? God, I surrender. I surrender. I'm going to bring all hoofs out of Egypt. Every single part of me that's still trying to somehow or another be a little bbit left in Egypt instead of going to the promised land, I'm still trying to stay over here. And people of Israel did that for a large degree in their minds, and it cost a whole generation getting into the promised land, and they had to wait for the next one. And so, isn't it in our best interest to ask God, what is total obedience today? What does it look like, God, for me to totally obey you? And I promise you, he'll show you. You say, I don't know the will of God. Start asking him this question, and read the book of John, and read 1 John. And I guarantee you, in that process of just reading the Gospel of John and the book of John, 1 John, written by the same person, that you'll recognize what the will of God is. He'll start showing you what perfect obedience looks like. And you probably already know where it is that you're saying no to God. He wants all hoofs out of Egypt. I pray that God will use this to bless you. And if it has, share it with somebody else. If you've got a comment, we'd love to hear it. God bless you, and have a great day.